I'm Luke Marsh from Tempest Paintball, and this is a video of how to disassemble all the vital O-rings and reassemble the BT Combat. The BT Combat and the BT4 Combat have the same internals, so if you have the BT4 Combat you can just use this video and it'll be exactly the same. Also the BT Amiga has the same internals but different screws, but we'll show that into a different video. Okay, the first thing you need to do is take off the barrel. Make sure you don't have any air CO2 attached to the marker, because this could cause serious injury. Okay, now you need to take out all the screws. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just going to skip the video once these are all out. Okay, once all the screws out, you're going to have to take the foregrip off. To do this, you have to unscrew this bit of plastic here. Just unscrew it. Okay, now just pull the foregrip off. Slide it out. Yep, that's off. Okay, and just the trigger frame will just come straight off. Okay, now you've got all the screws out of the BT Combat, the body will just come off. Okay, once you've loosened that up a bit, take the rubber off the back bolt. It's kind of hard to get out, so just get your nails underneath it and it should come out. It looks like that. Go with the screws. Okay, now it's in half. Okay, you don't need any of this for this bit, so this can all go to one side. Okay, this back bit, not going to need this for a while, it'll just stay there. Okay, start off with taking this back bit out here. There should be a spring, so this will pop out, and there'll be an O-ring. Put that there. Then take the barrel adapter out. If you have a flatline barrel, you won't need this. This is just so you can use the flatline barrel in it. So that can go to one side. Okay, now get the metal bit attached in the front bolt to the back bolt and take that out. Now the front bolt should slide out, and so should the back bolt. Now the barrel stopper, this small thing here, come out. Make sure you don't lose that because that's pretty small, easy to lose. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to take the power tube out. On the back here there should be 2 screws, so get your Allen key and take these out. Okay, now you've got the screws out for the power tube, it should just come off. Just pull that, wiggle it around a bit, and it should come off like that. Okay, now you're going to need some oil. You can get Eclipse oil for about £3 or $4, and it looks like this. And if you can see there's a bit of pin sticking out, get some oil and just put it down that hole there. Only have 1 or 2 drops in there because you don't want to over oil it. Okay, now this can go to one side for now. So can all this. I'm going to be showing you how to get the O-ring off the back bolt. Okay, now you're going to need a small screwdriver with a small head, flathead screwdriver, and put it there where the O-ring is, and just, yeah, get that in there and just, that O-ring's out there. Okay, now get your oil again. Put a little bit on the O-ring and wrap it around. You don't want to have too much, and put it back on. Okay, also you might want to clean this because this can get a bit dirty. Just put a little bit of oil on that, rub that around, and that can go back in there. Okay, now back to the power tube. When the gun's working, this front bolt is going along the power tube quickly, so you can need oil there, so it runs more smoothly. This will reduce recoil and also make the gun just move more smoothly. As you can feel, that moves a lot better. This same goes to there, that bit of metal there, that's going to be having a bit of plastic moving across that quickly, so you want oil on that. Just wipe that in. Also here, the metal pole, this thing here, bit of metal, that's going to be moving across there, so you want to get that. Now everything's oiled where it's meant to be, you'll have some paint in the lower end of your marker if you have any ball breaks, so you want that all cleared. To do this, I found the best way is to use a ear swab, and just get the paint out with it like this. As you can see, a lot of paint came out, a bit of oils there as well, but that doesn't matter. Okay, now we're going to put in the power tube. It's this bit here. Just push that in, turn it around, and make sure you can see the 2 holes there right the way through. Okay, now we're going to screw that in. Get the 2 smallest screws you got at the marker and put them in. Get your Allen key and screw this. Make sure you do this nice and tight, as you don't want the power tube to be moving when you're playing. So just turn it over, make sure it's not moving, but that's all fine. Okay, now the next bit we're going to put in is the front bolt. There's this bit here. When you're putting it in, you'll see a bulge here. Have this facing closest to you, and make sure that's facing towards the power tube. Okay, now we're going to put in the back bolt. For the back bolt, you have that. Put that in, and this bit of metal thing here. What you'll need to do is get this bit. As you can see, there's a hole through there, and line it up with that hole there. Okay, just make sure it's still in the same place. Yep, that's fine. Okay, now we're going to put the barrel adapter in. You won't need this if you use a flatline barrel, but if you want the standard A5 BT thread, have that in. Okay, now for the next bit. If you have a sock for your marker, you won't need to use this little bit, but the same thing still applies. Okay, so put the spring in there, push and click that in. Oh wait, you also need the O-ring there for when you cock it back. Okay, next thing we're going to put in is the ball stopper. This is a small bit here, might come in a few different colours depending where you get it. That goes in, fairly simple. Make sure it looks like, make sure you have it where the ball, so the ball goes there, then gets pushed down and goes through. Okay, now we're going to connect the front bolt and the back bolt together. To do this, you'll need to get this bit of metal here and link it to the 2 holes you'll see either side. Just push that back, so it goes in like that. Okay, I think we're ready to put it back together now. Make sure there's nothing left. Shouldn't be. Make sure you still have that plastic back bit in this side. Okay, slowly put that on, make sure you don't knock anything. Okay, now you have your marker back together. You're going to get this bit of rubber thing here, put it in. Okay, now we're going to get the screws back in. I'll start off with these 2 here. Put them in. Get your Allen key and screw them back up. Okay, now I would get this bit. This goes on the rear side of the gun. Okay, once that's together, get your Allen key and just screw this up quickly. Just make this quite tight, it doesn't need to go anywhere. Okay, now we're going to put the elbow back on. To do this, push down that thing there and pull. And make sure you put it in where it clicks. Once that clicks in, you know that's in and it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, now I'm going to disassemble the trigger guard, so you can move this out of the way for now. Okay, you have your trigger guard. The first thing you need to do is take out the safety catch. To do this, push down and and pull. That should come out, then this whole assembly here will come out. You don't need to unscrew the screws in here unless you're trying to add a double trigger where you need to change the trigger guard, but for now I'm just going to keep that in. Okay, if you're trying to add a double trigger in, there's a spring there, make sure nothing pops out, like that. Okay, that's everything out of the trigger assembly out. Take this out. Okay, looks kind of confusing, but it's simple to get back together. You see this bit here, it's a bit of plastic, put it up to the camera. That goes like that. This bit goes there. Put the trigger in. That. And this bit in like that. Now you get your springs. You know, this bit is quite fiddly to get these springs in. Everything just moves. Push it in. That's one. Yeah, so then you're going to want to get this top bit on pretty quickly before everything starts moving again. Okay, that's pretty in, good. Okay, now you want to put this back in there. And have safety catch goes this way round. Okay, now get your main body of the marker, get your trigger guard, and slot that back in. Okay, now we're going to put the screws in. Screws for the trigger guard's quite fiddly, so just do what I do in this video. Get the long bit, the long screw, and put it in where there's a circle hole. Then get the shorter one, which should look like that, and put it in where you can see a hexagon. Okay, just get one in first. And the second one, do exactly the same. In there, smaller one in the part where the hexagon is, turn it over and screw it. Okay, that's in. All we've got left to do now is to get this in. Okay, just do like we did at the start of the video, get the two long screws, put in there, and screw, find the hole for that. Going in nicely. Okay, with these screws, make sure you have these nice and tight, 'cause you're going to have a fairly heavy bottle on it if you've just got a steel one, and it can loosen off quite quickly. So always go back and make sure these are still tight, as you don't want this coming off in the game. Okay, now we're going to get the foregrip. To put this on, slide it on the bottom Piccadilly rail and just screw it. move it until it goes into a hole. And tighten it up as much as you can. And just make sure it doesn't move anywhere. That's on nicely. Now get your barrel on like that. Now you have your BT Combat all back together. In my opinion, the BT Combat is an excellent marker. It is very easy to strip down, it's simple to use and fairly consistent, but most importantly the price. About £110 or $135, that is a great price for what you're getting. I would recommend this marker to anyone starting out. Also, if you're opening a paintball site, this gun ticks all boxes. It's easy to use, easy to strip down, fairly consistent, and also pretty much indestructible. If you had any problems with your marker from this video, comment on the YouTube thing and I'll help you out. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps. Please subscribe to Tempest PB. Bye.